Hey, what's up guys? John here. The world's elite are aware of something very, very concerning that's about to unfold starting in the next 6 months, and I want you to know what's happening. You know, Warren Buffett, he just unloaded $2.3 billion worth of Bank of America stock. Might not seem like a big deal, but then in May, he unloaded $21 billion worth of Apple stock. Then in December, it was reported that he unloaded $28.7 billion worth of other stock. So collectively north of $50 billion worth of sales. You have the CEO of JP Chase, the largest bank in the world. He just pulled $183 million worth of his own stock, just sold it.
JP Chase CEO Jamie Dimon is selling some of his stock in the bank for the first time in his 18 years at the helm.
At today's levels, that amounts to roughly $140 million.
He pulled this money out. Why? Why are these financial gurus, the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk, the Mark Zuckerberg, the Walton family, the CEO of Salesforce, all these very prominent, well-informed, educated, wealthy titans liquidating stock?
High-profile CEOs, founders, and heirs are selling a massive amount of stock.
Growing cohort of billionaires and CEOs are unloading stock and at an increasing pace.
Well, I think it makes more sense to understand what's going to happen next and why they're here. So when you see the upcoming elections, it's something that I believe is going to change the world forever. Whether you like Kamala, whether you like Trump, whether you whoever you're standing behind, they're all heavy proponents now for cryptocurrencies, which is quite shocking because Kamala, now she wants to have conversation with the crypto companies. Now Donald Trump went from saying that Bitcoin was a scam to now Bitcoin, we need to lean into Bitcoin. You have RFK, standing for Bitcoin.
Hello, Bitcoiners. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA.
When do you ever see in an election period them all stand behind something? All the Republicans, the Democrats, when do you ever see them standing for the same exact thing? Well, what I think is going to happen is I think we're likely going to be walking into a crypto boom, and we're going to then see the digital dollar rise, and we're going to start to see the traditional fiat dollar pull back. Now, the more that you look at what's unfolding, and the more that you look at what they said was going to be happening right now, the more you realize that this is going step by step, exactly how they said it was going to go. I'll break it down for you. I'm going to give you the facts to help you and position you for what I believe is going to be the greatest rug pull in American history. We've all been set up for it the last, many years, and now it's all going to start to happen next couple of years. Please hit the like button, YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's going on in our economy. And today's video is sponsored by DeFi Technologies, but more on that in just a little bit. Take a look at this. So it's pretty shocking. This came out in May. Why hundreds of U.S. banks may be at risk of failure. Now, what's fascinating here is they say that they surveyed 4,000 banks and found only 282 banks faced a dual threat of commercial real estate loans and potential losses tied to higher interest rates. Well, what they didn't take into consideration here is that 1,804 banks took out $165 billion in loans from the Bank Term Funding Program. This is right in 2023 when Silicon Valley Bank fell. PacWest got acquired by Bank of California, First Republic. You have all these, small little banking situations unfold. They issued them loans based on overinflated valuations on their commercial real estate back then. They were giving them 100% value based on what that asset was worth in 2021, 2022. And so these banks are sitting on all these losses that they now have to pay back, and they have a 1-year window, and that window was March 10th, 365 days later. So March 10th, they have until March 9th of 2025. 1,804 banks have to pay that back. That's going to be a really big problem. So when you start to take into consideration all this money that has to get paid back and this big push towards crypto, it'll all start to make a lot more sense. Now, I think that we're going to see interest rates stay where they are for the foreseeable future, and I think this is going to push these banks into crisis. So inflation rose 3% in June from a year ago, marking 3 straight months of slowing inflation. The latest Bureau of Labor and Statistics report showed, excluding the volatile food and energy, let's exclude food and energy. That's where most people spend their money, right? So-called core prices also dipped 3.3% from 3.4%, the lowest since April 2021. Now, Jerome Powell came out July 2nd, came out 24 days ago, 26 days ago, saying that basically inflation is on the downswing, but don't expect rate cuts. They're not going to cut rates. They're going to continue to say that the next meeting is going to be the one. The next meeting is going to be the one. They said this in 2022, in 2023. They keep saying that, that we're almost there. We're almost there, right? They're selling hope, the hopium train, right? The last thing that goes is hope. They're not going to be cutting rates. I can almost promise you, unless maybe Trump steps in and says, you know what, we need to cut rates in the short term. But even that, he says that he wants to cut rates, but he also thinks inflation is going to go down. He wants to stimulate the economy with inflation going down. How would that happen, right? Regardless, if he did do such a thing, it would take us to the same direction. I just don't think we're going to see rate cuts. And I think by the time that election comes, we're already going to be in a heap of trouble. DeFi Technologies is pioneering the future of digital finance, introducing groundbreaking products that are reshaping cryptocurrency investments. The world's first yield-bearing Bitcoin ETP and the pioneering Hedera ETF, launched by Valor, DeFi Technologies' innovative subsidiary, are setting new standards in the investment world. These products not only expand Valor's offerings, but also offer lucrative opportunities for secure investment. With a strategic acquisition of Stillman Digital, DeFi Technologies is broadening its technological capabilities. The company has also launched a substantial buyback program and added 110 Bitcoin to its treasury, showcasing a firm commitment to leveraging market trends and enhance shareholder value. DeFi Technologies is a security that can be traded under ticker symbol DEFTF. As the digital asset landscape evolves, DeFi Technologies continues to lead with initiatives like the world's first Bitcoin ETP, providing a 5.65% yield, illustrating the company's leadership in innovative product illustration. DeFi Technologies is not just participating in the market, it's leading it. From securing critical crypto infrastructure to making significant strategic investments, the company is a front runner in setting new industry standards. Discover the potential of investing in DeFi Technologies. The company is bridging traditional finance with decentralized opportunities, offering a unique investment avenue in the innovative world of digital assets. To learn more about how to participate in this financial revolution, visit DeFi Technologies' website. Click below for more information on your next investment opportunity. Trump proposes strategic national crypto stockpile. Never sell your Bitcoin. How do you say that when in 2021 it's a scam? It's a scam against the dollar. Now he's basically saying the dollar is nothing compared to crypto. It's nothing compared to Bitcoin. How is that possible? Why would he flip his script? Kamala Harris campaign seeks to reset, right, with crypto companies. No pun intended for what we're walking into, right? Crypto companies. It says Kamala Harris advisors have approached top crypto companies to reset relations between her Democratic Party and a sector that has come out as an important backer of Donald Trump, her rival for U.S. presidency. Members of the vice president's team have contacted people close to crypto companies about meeting in recent days, said 4 people with knowledge of the matter. Those include leading exchange Coinbase stablecoin companies, Circle, and blockchain payment groups, Ripple Labs, 2 of the people said. The vice president's office and the Harris campaign declined to comment. So you have Trump completely changing his tune on Bitcoin. You have Kamala Harris trying to, make crypto and Bitcoin more relevant, and then RFK is saying they're taking a swing at Trump pitches Bitcoin strategic reserves. Right? They're all moving in this direction. And what I think is going to happen is I think that there's no way that the American people go from dollar to digital dollar, but going from dollar to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to we need something more stable and secure, something that's going to be better for the people, something that's going to be more inclusive, something that's going to really check all the boxes that Bitcoin doesn't. I think that's going to be the easier path to that. And I think that's where we're going to be going next. So first, I think we're going to see a big push to Bitcoin over the next year or so. And then we're going to continue to see a really big push for a digital dollar. Now, Singapore central bank digital currencies have the potential to replace cash but adoption could take time, right? It would take more time if they did not move aggressively into Bitcoin. If they move aggressively into Bitcoin, it will take a lot less time. CBDCs can replace cash, which is costly to distribute in island economies. Now, this came out last year, right? So we've already started to see this big push, and now it's going to really ramp up. This is CNN. CNN reported right here, will the US dollar become a digital currency? The digital dollar has the potential to become the backbone of the United States economy and change the face of global commerce. Known as central bank digital currencies, the proposed electronic currency could make financial transactions completely digital, which would make transferring money faster and cheaper. It has also become a hot button issue, with Republican lawmakers weighing in on the topic and voicing concerns. Critics say that there's a massive privacy and security issue in the electronic currency, could give the U.S. government unprecedented control over the transactions. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said in March the possibility of launching a digital dollar in the U.S. was slim to none. So what will it take to create a digital dollar in the United States? A CBDC, known as digital dollar, is a proposed form of electronic currency that could be used to buy and sell almost any goods and services in the United States, much like a regular dollar is used today. Unlike the traditional greenback, however, a CBDC would not exist in paper form, but would be solely transacted and represented in an electronic format. The money would be directly issued by the Federal Reserve and live on a digital ledger such as a blockchain, right? What are the odds that all three people, everybody running, is all pushing for this, right? Meaning there wouldn't be a need for a traditional bank to handle certain types of transactions or record keeping. A digital currency, think about this, there would not be a need for traditional banks to handle certain types of transactions. 1,804 banks took out $165 billion in loans. The higher interest rates go, the longer they stay there, the further banks walk into crisis. The further landlords, investors, REITs, a lot of these really, really big investors are going to be sitting holding bags that are the real estate bags that are just depreciating overnight. And so when they have to refinance over $2 trillion worth of loans over the next couple of years with these elevated interest rates, where banks are financially struggling and they don't want to issue lines of credit and loans, it's going to be a situation where a lot of these banks are simply going to get pushed out of business. A digital currency would require a fully integrated digital infrastructure and could take years of research and development to launch. Now, I would argue that a lot of this research is probably already done. CBDCs gained popularity in the late 2010s when global technology companies announced their own digital currencies, most notably Facebook's now defunct Libra. Dozens of central banks and governments have since launched digital currencies and pilot programs, according to data in the Washington, D.C. based nonpartisan think tank, the Atlantic Council. Now, then when you look at this is what's very fascinating to me. You look at the date here, May 18th, or May 2018, right? So this is, you're looking 6 years ago, over 6 years ago. And it says right here, acceptance, this is decreasing use of paper money, acceptance and adoption of cryptocurrencies will continue to spread. The developments will bring together markets, institutions, and infrastructure in a multipolar, complex, and interconnected world, which will challenge the conduct of monetary policy and have implications on financial stability. And then it also predicts that the US dollar will lose its preeminence. Today's centralized global monetary and financial system featuring a dominant US dollar mutates into a world of multiple reserve currencies and financial powers of influence, mirroring the shift from the British pound to the US dollar as a reserve asset. And economic importance traditionally leads financial and monetary preeminence. The euro and the renminbi are likely to gain importance alongside the US dollar and increasingly meets the world's demand for the reserve currencies and safe assets. So you can see this. This is what's going to happen. We're going to see a rise in crypto companies, a rise in companies that are, moving into blockchain and into, this new digitization, the fourth industrial revolution. And the next couple of years, I think, are just going to get crazy. I think it's going to change the way people look at the world. It's not going to be, like 2023 and 2024, how we're just, gradually the economy is getting harder and harder. I think we're walking into a really big event that's going to start to push everything digital. And I think we're going to blink and realize, we're in a completely different world. So what do you think about this entire situation? Where do you see all of this going? Let's have a conversation about this below. And today's video is sponsored by DeFi Technologies. More information, you can find it in the top link in the description. I'll catch you next video.